The police came just after 2 in the morning. I could already feel a storm was brewing. And as I arrived at the local bill, the atmosphere became abundantly weird and still. I was numb, dumbfounded by the astounding revelations that I found were put before me. Something was out of the ordinary. Your son has died. 4 words no parent associates with their child. I gave a nervous smile. You must be mistaken, I replied. They told me what led to the events of the night. I took a few moments to gather myself outside, contemplating life. The wife passed when the boys were 9 and 5. I doubled down on jobs just to survive. Ends meeting wasn't done with ease, but I was pleased with what I'd achieved. Despite the trauma and hell, the boys grew up well, and I worshipped the ground they walked on. It wasn't the simplest of rides, but I tried. Both took different paths, but they kept me alive. I'm an avid advocate for mental health, advocating change in place of complacency. We're a good family. I watched the early fog setting in, and I was asked to step in. It was close to freezing, t-shirt and jeans, far from appropriate clothing, signed into the visitor's book I already wrote in, still stressing about the pressing situation I'd been thrown in, and for a moment the dust settled. A breeze took me back to being sat on my knees, me and my lads at the beach. Sir, I'm the officer. We need to speak. The last thing I saw was my son approaching the door. Beside him, a hazy holographic of his brother appearing. Back to photogenic coastlines and never seeing those times again. I'm sorry. I whispered them a sincere apology. I'd come a cropper. Lunged for the copper. I didn't hesitate, so full of hate. I reached for the pen and swung for the fences, my intentions centred on vengeance. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. I hit the roof and threw him against every wall in the room, and before I was carted away, I watched the blood as it drained from his face. A carcass, lifeless. You fucking bastard. He was a good lad. I cried. A good lad. And now there's blood on my hands. There's blood.